Aloha! Today we're going to be rolling back the years to the 14th of September 2004, and we're going to be taking a look at the original Fable. We're going to steer past the legendary slash controversial developer that was Peter Molyneux and just soak up the game. I did love our Molyneux though. We need more dreamers, I think, in games industry. This dude did pretty much set the bar though on the hype train and generating false hype, so I can kind of understand why a lot of people didn't love him so much. But yeah, 14-year-old me really loved this game, so I've been looking forward to going back and just having a little ganders and see how well it's aged, I guess. So anyway, intro. With South Park being relevant again with the Fractured But Whole released recently, I just want to point out one thing. Fable was letting you fart on strangers, friends, homeless people and love interests all the way back in '04. Not to say it's a competition here, but Fable won the race. Also buy this game if you like farts. The cool thing with this game is that you play your own way, you do whatever you like. Eat tofu, get good, eat crunchy baby chicks, get evil.
You're so naughty.
What? I was just, I've never even met this woman. Who is she? Look, Sonny, keep your mouth shut about this, right? My wife's at home with our little ones and I'm supposed to be working. But a man should be entitled to do what he likes, don't you think? Tell you what, if you keep this little secret, I'll give you a gold piece. Just don't tell my wife.
Good for nothing, honestly. Where's that filthy layabout husband of mine? With some woman, I don't doubt. I run his house, bring up his children, and what do I get in return? Nothing. If you find him, let me know, won't you? You have? Right. I'm gonna turn him into Balverine food. Thank you, young sir, for telling me. Wait till I get my hands on that pig! You filthy swine! I ought to chop them right off!
Please, my dear, I can explain everything.
Don't insult me anymore! My mother was right about you!
We were rehearsing a play. Yeah, that's all it was.
Well, if you think I'm going to cook and clean...
So, after a traumatic childhood event, you end up at the Heroes Guild where you learn to do heroic shit. Think Hogwarts but with swords and a severe lack of Snape. As you progress along your heroic slash not so heroic journey, you'll develop a rivalry with a girl called Whisper. She's a total dick, stomp her into the ground every chance you get. She essentially serves as your mirror in a lot of ways. If you go for well-to-do quests, she'll show up in that quest trying to achieve the evil outcome, for example. I actually don't know why I mentioned that in this video, she just really fucks me off.
That nightmare happens to a lot the first week. Some don't even last that long. You won't either if you don't get moving. The guildmaster is waiting for us in the map room. You don't want to be late on your first day. Follow me.
This game is also wonderfully British, with lots of quirky British humour laced into the game. Admittedly, they're a bit more tentative on the humour in the original Fable. They really go for it in Fable 2 and 3, but the groundwork was being laid in the original. It actually felt weird, really weird, hearing our native accents in the game, since all we were used to hearing back then was American accents, or Americans doing a really bad generic stereotyped attempt at our lingo. This was still the era where Medal of Honor and Call of Duty were still milking the crap out of World War II with super gritty, intense, serious explosions, and here we are with a game that has farts and West Country farmers everywhere.
Oh my God, too ugly.
I always loved the art style of all the Fable games, but the first one is definitely my favourite. It's the English countryside on that rare day when it's not raining. I actually forgot how many loading screens there were back in the day, but it's not enough to detract from the overall feel of the game. The combat is pretty basic and rarely challenging. This is, however, a staple and often a criticism of the Fable franchise. You lock onto a target and either whack it, shoot an arrow at it, or lob a fireball at it. But that's not the point of this game for me though. You can bump the difficulty up in the remastered version, although I have no idea how tough that is. The charm in this game is purely in its personality. It's fairy tale setting with a slice of British silliness. It's just a really pleasant place to immerse yourself into. Most importantly though, I'm really happy this game has aged so well. I haven't revisited Fable in almost 14 years and much has changed in that time. I'm now a cynical 29-year-old who likes whiskey and sexually identifies as an Apache helicopter in 2017. Yet this game still unlocks the inner child. That right there is the triumph of Fable. There are far deeper RPG adventure games with far deeper combat and higher skill requirements, but there are none, and I do repeat none, that has the personality and charm of this little hero. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Fable 1. I think I might do more of these types of videos. I think it's quite cool to revisit old games and kind of re-invoke those memories, if you will. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you've not played it before, I mean, it's quite an old game. I recommend it. It's a chilled experience. So anyway, happy hunting, Molyneux.